Here we have a Jensen 50 riveted boiler steam engine. It's unusual that you would know the history of a steam engine, especially one dating back this old, but fortunately for us, this one we do. It was built in 1946 by Tom Jensen Sr. He would have been about 45 years old at the time, and the Jensen company would have only been 14 years old at the time, and it still continues on to this day. It was bought in 1946 by Dr. Harold Bruckner, and it was said that he would have this chuffing away by his favorite chair as he read his medical journals. Unfortunately, he passed away in 1957, but it was kept by the family. And occasionally they would bring it out at Christmas time, it's said, and fire it up in remembrance of the good doc. Well, it stayed in the family up until 2012, and one of the family members, a daughter, contacted IndianaRog Roger through the Temple of Steam website that he maintains, and asked if he might be interested in it. He said yes, and headed up to Michigan to look at it, and purchased it and brought it home. It wasn't in this kind of condition when he bought it. He actually did a fantastic job of just restoring this to beautiful, functioning, and modern condition. I'll talk about that as we go around. As you can see, it has a chunky 5-inch flywheel, has a working governor right here hooked up to linkage, which goes to this water feed pump to the back of the boiler. We'll rotate it around and I'll talk about it a little bit. It has right here, you can see this is the valve for the engine, and a beautiful big riveted boiler there. And the firebox is a couple layers of black lacquer that Roger shot on. It did a great job. Here was the valve that can empty out the boiler. And one of the things they did, which was very fortunate, and I'm glad, was the two original dry socket type element cartridge heaters that would have been in it originally. They were replaced by Gil Garceau. Roger sent it to him, Connecticut, and Gil, and a machinist friend of his, made a plate for the back of this engine here and removed the old porous dry cartridge heaters that were ruined and put in two new Jensen 660 watt hot water heater cartridges or elements. So now she's got 1321 watts of power, which is plenty enough to operate this engine, and they just did an outstanding job of keeping the integrity of the whole engine intact and making it look vintage, but while also having modern heating elements in it. They replaced the cord on it as well. Roger did, and it's now got a 3-wire 16 gauge heavy cord on it, so it's a grounded unit and it's safer that way. Also has the vintage original style horseshoe generator on it that we all love so well. Roger, just like I said, just did a fantastic job restoring this engine to the condition you see it today. The base has been totally redone and had 5 layers of polyurethane put on it. He replaced and remade another Jensen decal for it, just to the exacting standards of the original. And it's just an outstanding piece, and I am fortunate now to be the third owner of this magnificent machine since 1946, and I'm just tickled pink to have it, and we'll try to be a good steward of it while it's in my care until it goes on to the next person years down the road. Thanks for looking, and I hope you enjoyed it.